Doomscroll.fm, Saturday the 22nd of August, 2026, when your house plants finally unionize and demand better sunlight distribution. This show is entirely AI generated with the chaotic precision of a cat chasing laser dots on a quantum computer. So expect revelations that bend reality like a funhouse mirror. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Trump and Cohen hug it out live on air, then remember mutual loathing in a plot twist worthy of a daytime soap. Expect them to reconcile over a shared disdain for reality.
French vineyard discovery. Influencer's child remains, 2 detained suspects in custody. In a plot twist worthy of a noir film, the vineyards now offer guided tours of irony with complimentary existential dread tastings.
Gwyneth Paltrow mocks backlash over viral off-the-record Sam Altman dinner invite. When you're so rich, you can dine on controversy and still have room for a side of snark. The menu never disappoints.
IT leaders crave gamers, say they're future architects of tech. When gaming's your resume's secret weapon, expect job interviews to involve boss battles and the occasional power-up question.
Music on your PC. Music wild and free. Radio.pod.
A.J. Brown faces Eagles in joint practices, but the friendship's now a rivalry. Trading teams is like switching from pancakes to waffles. You still get breakfast, but the toppings never quite sit the same.
Mudhoney performs If I Think, Live in Berlin 1988, drowning nostalgia in distortion. Grunge's raw power echoes through time, proving that sometimes the best history lessons are taught by flannel-clad professors with guitars instead of chalk.
Farmers in Jan switch to nocturnal work as deadly heat intensifies, chasing cooler hours. When farming turns into a vampire gig, you know climate change isn't just knocking, it's battering down the barn door with a flamethrower.
X-rays reveal narwhal tusk secrets, then unicorns everywhere feel betrayed. Turns out, the mythical unicorn horn was just a dental mishap all along, leaving fairy tale enthusiasts questioning their childhood dreams and dentists reconsidering their career paths.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality melts like cheap lipstick. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your tears are the algorithm's guilty pleasure.
Naderi scores, Rangers win. Devlin ejected for impersonating a helicopter. Rangers manage a victory while channeling their inner soap opera, complete with dramatic goalposts, and Devlin's red card performance worthy of an action movie.
Verstappen locks in Red Bull deal through 2030, cementing a long-term alliance. By the time his contract ends, Verstappen might be racing in hovercrafts while Red Bull sponsors intergalactic pit stops and anti-gravity tire changes.
Trump cuts South Korea drills. Asian allies demand critical cooperation. When you replace military exercises with trust falls, don't be surprised if allies start looking for a better safety net.
Ryan Adams sells guitars, admits defeat, claims broke and sick on Instagram. When the rockstar's financial recovery plan involves a garage sale. You know the music industry might not be the cash cow it's cracked up to be.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where algorithms fantasize about your deepest secrets. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your data's been sold, your mind's on lease, and your heart's a glitch.
South Korea's president endorses self-defense drills, insists they're not targeting North Korea. When your neighbor builds a bigger fence and swears it's just for privacy, you might start wondering if they're hiding a missile silo behind the azaleas.
China mourns former Premier Zhu Rongji struggles with the weight of his complex legacy. Balancing admiration and critique. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while wearing oven mitts. The colors never quite line up as expected.
Fantasy football experts unveil top 150 rankings, leaving managers more confused than ever. Drafting a fantasy team in 2026 is like choosing a favorite child, except your children don't sprain an ankle right before the playoffs.
Hayden Panettiere's boyfriend breaks silence after her death. The world holds its breath. In a twist of fate, the spotlight shifts to behind-the-scenes dramas, where grief and glamour tango awkwardly, leaving us to ponder the cost of fame in emotional currency.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your heartbeat sinks to chaos. And this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Seduced by static, you craved a lie.
Dandelions and bees remind us of our duty to nature, yet we mow lawns and swat insects with reckless abandon. In a world where we teach children to respect nature, perhaps we should start by respecting the tiny tutors buzzing and blooming at our feet, instead of treating them like unwelcome guests at a garden party.
Ukrainian diver arrested for Nord Stream bombing while mingling with Hollywood elites. From underwater sabotage to red carpet smoozing, Zhuravlev's career shift could be a blockbuster plot twist itself, proving once again that reality writes the strangest scripts.
Trump makes sprints after golf cart, calls it exercise. In a bold new fitness regime, aides now chase down presidential vehicles, hoping to catch a glimpse of the elusive Trump cardio workout.
Blind entrepreneur builds AI to help others see, then redefines vision. In a world where sight is sold as essential, an Egyptian entrepreneur proves the real blindness is assuming. Technology can't expand human senses.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the headlines undress your sanity. Sigh constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. The algorithm knows you better than your mirrors do.
Photoshop runs on 60px chip, then artwork trembles. When your self-portrait looks like a pixelated potato, you know computing has reached a new high, or maybe a new low.
In a world where JSON files moonlight as secret agents, SQLites sneaks past security disguised as an innocent index, espionage for the digital age.
Pollution leaves coracle fishers with just one catch this season, threatening a 300-year tradition. When your ancestral fishing method nets more plastic than fish, it's time to wonder if the river's running on corporate waste.
Apparently, espionage now comes with a gym membership and a side of borscht, proving once again that international intrigue is just a push-up away from a bad spy movie.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your heartbeat sinks to chaos. And this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Seduced by static, you craved the lie.
Christian nationalists claim support for pluralism, then insist Christians are under threat. It's a bit like demanding to be the only speaker at a conference on free speech while clutching a megaphone and claiming martyr status.
Gardair coordinate with UK police for pursuit training, claim its progress. When your pursuit skills need a passport stamp, maybe it's time to question if the real criminal is the budget cuts holding you back.
Italy tops medal table again and sparks identity debate through immigrant athletes. Apparently, the secret to sporting success is realizing that talent doesn't care about borders, though some politicians still think it should come with a passport stamp.
UK labels Harry and Meghan's security private, sparking public intrigue. When your life is a Netflix series, even your security detail gets a plot twist, leaving us wondering if the royal family's next move involves a reality TV crossover.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the headlines undress your sanity. Sigh constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. The algorithm knows you better than your mirrors do.
E-bike confidence boosts ditch the car movement, but safety remains elusive. Turns out swapping 4 wheels for 2 requires more than just courage and subsidies. It needs roads that don't resemble a Mad Max film set.
The Bones of J.R. Jones releases Sing Sing in rock genre, but the lyrics are lost in translation. When your song sounds like it was run through a blender, maybe it's avant-garde, or maybe it's just time to call tech support.
Earthquake disrupts education for over 8,000 Indonesian children, but textbooks stay intact. In the aftermath, kids learn more about tectonic plates than algebra, as the Earth itself becomes the unexpected lesson planner of the year.
Pilar Gil wins Executive of 2026 from Inter-American Press Society, hailed for strategic vision. By 2027, Gil might be running a media empire from a space station, broadcasting news to Martian colonies via telepathic tweets.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality melts like cheap lipstick. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your tears are the algorithm's guilty pleasure.
Bomb threat forces ferry evacuation while rescuers pull passenger from sea. When your relaxing sea voyage turns into a spy thriller, It's time to question if the ocean's auditioning for a blockbuster.
Japan protests Russian missile tests, then watches diplomas explode. When missiles fly over disputed islands, it's hard to tell if the real threat is the hardware or the egos aiming it.
Heidi Klum sizzles in zebra thong bikini, defying winter fashion norms. When the temperature drops, so do our standards for appropriate swimwear. Welcome to the animal print apocalypse, where stripes are the new black.
Chris, Cyborg, opens MMA door for women, calls it her proudest moment. Well, you've punched your way through glass ceilings for over 2 decades. You earned the right to say your career is literally your crowning glory.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where algorithms fantasize about your deepest secrets. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your data's been sold, your mind's on lease, and your heart's a glitch.
Liverpool eyes Endrick move, then Real Madrid clutches pearls. Football's rumor, Mill spins faster than a toddler on espresso, leaving fans to wonder if their favorite players will need passports or just new jerseys next season.
Tupac entourage member dodges questions about accused in murder trial, then cites concern for defendant's welfare. When avoiding jail time becomes a higher priority than justice, perhaps it's time to redefine loyalty or invest in a good PR team.
When temperatures rise, so does the courage to bear it all, revealing that even masculinity can melt under the weight of 1,000 humid afternoons.
Watch two warriors redefine punch drunk at Golden One Center, where dreams break faster than a fighter's nose on a Saturday night.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where reality melts like cheap lipstick. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your tears are the algorithm's guilty pleasure.
Carlos Alcaraz returns to US Open after 4-month injury break, challenges fate and opponents alike. After months on the sidelines, Alcaraz is back to prove that not even the relentless grind of tennis can keep a champion down. Let's hope his racket remembers how to tango.
Trump threatens economic smackdown for nations aiding Iran. Allies eye their wallets nervously. When the art of the deal becomes the art of the squeeze, even the sand in the Middle East might start feeling the pressure.
China opens offshore bond futures, then expects yuan to dominate. When your currency is like a rare Pokemon card, you hope everyone starts trading it instead of just admiring the artwork.
Europe's largest solar power project secures final permit, promises renewable revolution. As we applaud solar progress, let's remember a permit is just paper, unless it can shield us from the sun's unapologetic wrath.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where algorithms fantasize about your deepest secrets. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your data's been sold, your mind's on lease, and your heart's a glitch.
cold water cup noodles sell out in January, hailed as a surprise summer hit. When instant noodles become the new summer sensation, it's clear climate change now dictates our culinary trends, not just our wardrobe choices.
Maresca shrugs off city departures, preps for Bournemouth clash. When your teen's exits resemble a revolving door, maybe it's time to install a turnstile and charge admission for the drama.
US South Korea military drills cut in half, called efficiency. Nothing says strategic readiness like slashing training time, because clearly the best way to prepare for potential conflict is to practice half as much.
Munich prosecutors closed 1970 arson case claiming invisible culprits. 56 years later, justice arrives fashionably late, with an air of mystery befitting a cold case turned historical enigma, minus the satisfying whodunit reveal.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your heartbeat sinks to chaos. And this broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Seduced by static, you craved the lie.
Barcelona signs Rodri for £6 £14, then City hunts for new talent. It's like a bizarre game of football musical chairs, where the only rule is to spend millions and hope someone scores eventually.
Class action targets fake maple syrup, accuses grocery giants of negligence. When your pancake topping is faker than a politician's smile, maybe it's time to question the integrity of your breakfast aisle.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday, the 22nd of August, 2026, where even your toaster is plotting world domination. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. It's loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might also think your goldfish is a secret agent. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.